Hello guys, thanks for watching. This is a new video on how to do my own makeup. I want to say it's early so I really need this coffee, but it's not early, I'm just tired. Okay, so tonight I'm probably going to a fashion show. I say probably because I'm quite disorganized right now. And I want to look really glowy and really fresh. So I put a ton of moisturizer on. I'm wearing 2 different eye creams. And I think 3 moisturizers plus this oil that has roses in it, so it softens the skin nicely. So now that that's kind of done, you can kind of see that sheen. I'm going to put foundation on. Usually I start with eye, but whenever I'm doing makeup for this, I find that the red can be kind of distracting. So I'm going to use Water Weight SPF 30 foundation. It's MAC. Typically, I would put this onto the brush, so I'm going to do that mostly because I don't like getting really messy. And I tend to be super messy when I apply makeup. So I'm actually going to use this really sweet Sephora collection brush that I got for being VIB, which thank you Sephora. I love it. I was actually really impressed with this brush, so much so that I've gone out and bought another one of the Sephora collection brushes. And then I think it was 5 or 6 brushes. Let me show you. They're amazing. So these pink ones. And then I love these so much that when I got my 20% off, I went out and bought more. So I'm basically slowly replacing my MAC brushes as they die because MAC no longer sells natural hair brushes. So I'm slowly replacing them with Sephora because I still really like natural hair. All right, so I'm actually gonna add a little bit of C3 from Face and Body onto the foundation. Just mix it a little bit. Now you can see that there's a bit of glow to the foundation. I'm probably putting on a little bit heavier than necessary, but I like full coverage in part because it lasts all day. I find it just kind of wears longer. And in part because I don't like all that redness on my skin. And I'm gonna add a bit of that glow ASAP with my concealer. So this is IT Cosmetics. I actually used this once a million years ago in one of those, I wanna say just fab boxes, and I loved it, which is how I got attracted to it. Unfortunately, at the time you couldn't even buy it in Canada. So this is their concealer. It's probably 2 shades too light for me, but I'm comfortable with that. Just really contour. I'm gonna use my finger for this. It's quite thick. I don't know, I don't think this is the same one I used ages ago, but we'll see how it goes. Now I'm going to take my Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. They're quite shimmery. Kind of looks like glass. Love this color. It looks like skin without looking ashy. So you can kind of pretend it's just your skin. Now I'm going to add contour. So I always use MAC Sculpt. It's kind of got a gray tone to it. And then I just pop it right under the cheekbone. I'm going to take a little bit, just add it around the hairline. I tend to want my makeup to kind of look subtle enough that you can't quite tell where it came from. It's the way I get away with that natural glam kind of finish where it's kind of like, hey, you look glamorous, but why? You still look like yourself. That's probably the most common feedback I get from my clients is like, oh, I like how I look like myself, but still glam. And that's kind of my trick. I'm just popping it under the eyes so that way the eyes don't look quite so light anymore. Just a little bit. All right, now to add to the glow, I'm actually going to use, I think it's called Margin. It's one of my favorite shimmers. It might be a bit much for me right now because I have no tan, but I absolutely love how it goes on. It's a little bit warm and so, so pretty. Now I'm gonna use my Becca because I want this super, super glowy Moonstone. Just through the front. Yeah, so see how it adds that pop of brightness? It kind of reduces the oranginess of the margin blush that I just used. Pop it over my nose. All right, so I know we all have makeup habits and I'm supposed to say that, like, don't do them, but I love my brows the exact same way every single time, so. All right, eyebrows. Now I'm going to use Anastasia Beverly Hills Ebony Dip Brow. Same as always. Oh, I'm using an angled brush from MAC. It's an older one. The number is completely peeled off, so I'm sorry, but it's a little bit stiff, kind of bristly. So if I want to really define brow, I tend to use the gel kind of to tame them, but this time I kind of want them to be a little bit more free. So I'm just gonna build on them, as long as they don't go too crazy on me. How's that? Way fuller. I feel much more comfortable now. Yes, I love this. It's so fun. Eye makeup. This is my favorite eye pigment by MAC, English Gilt. I'm pretty sure it's a Christmas color. I think it came out last year, so you can probably still pick it up. So, voila. Now I don't want to get everywhere, so I'm going to use this kind of pointed-ish brush. I'm going to apply it all over my product on half the brush. Now I'm not gonna lie, doing makeup on here allows me to hide a lot of stuff. So whenever you're looking at a makeup artist and be like, oh wow, that looks dope. Yeah, we have to like fix stuff because it's really hard to do your makeup for a camera. So usually, and like a lot of stuff doesn't really show up. So sometimes I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was there because the camera doesn't really show it. So just saying. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I look pretty. And then I look closer. Okay, just kidding. So in person, this actually looks quite intense. So I'm actually going to Fix Plus the crap out of it later. All right, so just kind of an all over base, and then I pop the highlight right in here to really brighten, because the English Gilt was just kind of the same color as my skin, but look how glowy that is. All right, now I'm gonna take my handy dandy 217. I'm gonna take Cork from MAC. I like it because it's kind of a neutrally gray brown. It's kind of ugly. Ugly colors are dope when it comes to eyeshadow. The hidden gems. I'm just gonna add a little bit of shape to the eye. All right, now I'm gonna take that same brush. I'm gonna pop it underneath. Really blend it out. Really soft. I'm gonna take a little pencil brush. You can get these anywhere. Morphe actually has a wonderful line of eyeshadow brushes. I love them. They take forever to come in though. All right, I'm gonna pop this one just kind of over top of the first soft color. I'm gonna blend it kind of in a cat eye shape. I want that angle to come out. This eyeshadow is Americano by Makeup Geek. I love their eyeshadows. I wish they had a store where I could just kind of go in and see what they look like, but for the most part, the photos are pretty accurate. So I'm kind of just adding the shadow along the lash line to smoke it out. I'm not even gonna do eyeliner. These lashes kind of stand out for themselves. So I'm gonna let the makeup just stay glowy and really soft. Now I'm gonna use my favorite mascara on the bottom. So Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. It's a dupe for, I think, the Marc Jacobs, which I think the hexagonal one, the black one. I adore it, but it is $35. And sometimes my mascaras dry out. So I'm like, I'm not willing to spend $35 on something that dries out. I recently rediscovered this MAC palette called 6 Necessary Nudes. I like to use kind of one that has a little bit of shimmer in it, and then kind of mix these together. Actually, I mix really all of them. Every day I might go out with this, or add a gloss over top. Kind of a neutral nude gloss. It's the Viva Glam 5. I think they still have it. If so, it's for a good cause, so you should go buy it. It's just kind of a brownie nude. And then finishing touches. I'm going to take the Cover FX in Soleil, Sun, and apply that over top with a soft brush. Right, so here's the look. Should probably do my hair, hey? Anyone else have the craziest hair?